Today we will discuss about the various character set available in C++. It's similar to the alphabets in English by which you can make the words and solve the sentences. So the character set is a set of valid characters that a language can recognize. A character represents any letter. It can be a letter like A to Z, capital, small letter, digits, or any other sign, 0 to 9, and the special symbols like space, plus, minus, curly bracket, close bracket. All symbols can be recognized by the C++. Then white space, blank space, all has code some meaning in the C++. So you have to be very careful while giving a space between two letters or after a command. Then there are some other characters like C++ can process any of the 256 ASC2 characters as data or as literals. So these are the characters by which or using which you can write the C++ code for performing the designed task. The main very important and very common symbols includes the braces, which we have seen applying after the main program. So main program start with the curly bracket and the entire C++ program ends with the closing bracket. Then we have the parenthesis comes just after the main to denote a void code, and we have the semicolon which is must after every executed sentence. So the braces is meant for opening and closing braces, indicate the start and end of a compound statement. And you may need a block of code containing more than one executable statements. The parenthesis is for opening and closing. Parentheses indicate function calls and function parameters. Parentheses also group expressions and isolate conditional expressions. So we have seen this one during our class. Just to recall, yeah, we have the curly bracket opening, closing denotes the end and start of the main program. Then a symbol bracket after the main. Then the semicolon after a program code statement. You can see in the real program, integer main, the curly bracket, this bracket, and after hello world execution you have a semicolon. Then also return 0 semicolon with closing with the curly bracket. Okay, so those are the very commonly used symbols in C++. There are some keywords. Keywords means you learned the various characters. So by using the characters like little ABCD, you can make so many words. But there are some words which are reserved in C++ and have a definite meaning. So the keywords are the words that convey a special meaning to the language compiler. These are the reserved words for special purpose and must not be used as normal identifier names. So these words, if you are using in the C++, it conveys a meaning and you can't use to represent a newly introduced name by this word, like auto, break, case, catch, delete, default, for, so many are there. So these are having a different meaning in C++. So we will see some meaning of the keywords which we'll be using in C++. One is constant, C-O-N-S-T. If you're typing a C-O-N-S-T in the C++ program, it means that that program is going to declare a constant value. Int means it's integer. We're going to declare a integer. There is no decimal number. Then we have short, declare a short number. long integer, long float. Float is for defining the decimals. Like 8.2 will be float and 8 will be integer. And boolean string, like you see the hello world is a string, unsigned character, void character, main, type def. So all this having a definite function, and this shows the syntax in which these keywords are used. Like you can see the integer variable, because we already seen this one integer main also. That means the program will be having only the integer value. Okay, like that. Then there are identifiers. So identifiers are the weights which we are making from the available character set. One thing is that it should not be listed in the keywords. So all the identifiers are keywords, but uh, all the keywords even comes under the identifiers, but all identifiers are not keyword, because there is something is defined or defined in the keyword. So the identifiers are the basic building blocks of a program. Identifiers are used as a general name given to different parts of the program, namely variables, objects, classes. So these things you'll be learning, but just to note that there are some words which to represent a function or some process in the program. So you can make like my file, even in small letter, with the M capital and a full capital, or anything can make. So one important thing to note is that all the identifiers should start with the alphabet. It can be either small letter or the capital letter. It should not start with a number. It's the main takeaway. And also, if the first letter, if you are unable to provide a letter as the first character, should give an underscore. So that's told here. An identifier is an arbitrarily long sequence of letters and digits. The first character must be a letter. It's a very must thing. Or you can use the underscore, which will be counting as a letter. Upper and lower cases are different in meaning to C++, so should take care. It means suppose you're defining one function inside the program by capital M, then rest others are small letter, and then you're calling again this function with entire small letters, then there won't be any connectivity between the first and these words, because one was capital, one was small letter. So you should make sure that the should understand that the upper and lowercase letters are different, and then the meanings will also go different. C++ is a very case sensitive language as it treats upper and lower cases characters differently. So that's the main thing. Okay, after learning the characters used in C++, then we learn the keywords, then we learn the identifiers. So there are some data types in C or C++. They are mainly divided into three. One is primary, derived, and user defined. So in this class, we will learn the primary data types in C++. It includes the integer, untold, it's all number without any decimal value. Character is a data type. Boolean, floating point, double floating point, void, byte character, and so many other. We will see it one by one. So integer, they are used for integer data types, and they are represented by int. So it ranges, can be used for values from negative, from this much value to this much value. So any value in between these extreme values can be used as integer. So there is not sign specific, because negative to positive are there. A character, they are used for sorting characters, and we have defined the character type with char, character. The character typically requires 1 byte of memory space and ranges from -128 to 127. Then you have the boolean. They are used for storing boolean or logical values, and the boolean variable can store either true or false. and it is not as bool. Then we have the floating point float. So this will be decimal value. Suppose you want to enter or input some value 10.3, 10.3. Then that means you have to define the data as floating point. If it was only some 12, like the pure all number, then you can define it with the integer. And also suppose we are getting a result as 15.5, and if you are defining the result as integer, then only 15 will be displayed. The decimal values will be displayed only if you define the data type as the floating, it means float. Double floating point, that means it is having enough space for getting more decimal points after the point. And void means without any value. Let's say data type, general data type, and what character. So these are the commonly used one. What we discussed: integer, storing all numbers with a decimal. So you can see integer my number equal to 5. So integer is all number, so it's fine. Float, my float number is equal to 5.99. Yeah, float. Suppose you're defining in this second command as integer, then only the compiler will take only 5 value. The decimals won't be taken. But as you're defining as float, it's fine. Then double floating. So that means you have more precision. Character like letter D. Boolean is for true or false, and string like hello and all. So integer, the float, double. So sufficient for storing 15 decimal digits is the main thing. Boolean and the character. There are some data type modifiers which we'll be using. That means short, unsigned short. That means suppose you want to define a short integer. So you can see the integer ranging value from this much heavy number to this much number. This is a bigger range for integer. Suppose you're defining only a short one, you can go for a short integer, means to take values only from this minimum to this maximum range. Unsigned means that means all will be a positive value. The negative value won't be taken into account. Then signed short means sign means it is taken from negative to positive. So it will be signed short means it is equal to the first one. Then integer. So this is actually a short integer. Then long means it will come like this 2147. It's the same as the regular integer data. So by this, there are that I meant to tell you that there are some data type modifiers which can be prefixed to the normal data types, and there are something called enumerated data types. So you see the definition. The enumerated data type is a user-defined data type which can be assigned some limited values. These values are defined by the program at the time of declaring the enumerated type. That means, let's see this problem. Hash include input output string. So this heading is very common. It's must for C++ language. Then using namespace stds. First two lines are the must commands in C++. Then we are defining new data type like enum, enum week. So we are defining the week as the enumerated data type, and it contains Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So this much data are contained inside the enum week. So this week is an identifier. Okay, so enum is the data type and week is the identifier. So integer main, then with the brackets, and we are starting the program. Weekday, day equal to Friday. So weekday means weekday. So you know what is week as identifier. Go to the week day. Then when day is equal to Friday, then directly Friday will come here. Then see out day as day plus 1. So we know we already defined here day equal to Friday. So day is Friday, and out we are telling to print day as day plus 1. So the out will be Friday plus 1 Saturday. It will be 5. And one more main thing to note is that we are defining the program with integer. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as it is Friday plus 1, Saturdays comes under the fifth one, 0. So first one is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the value returned will be 5 value. Suppose this we are defining day is equal to Tuesday, then day plus 1 means Wednesday. So 0, 1, 2. This will be day 2. Then we will see the C++ constants or literals. The constants refer to fixed values that the program may not alter, and they are called as the literals. So the constant values are called as the literals, and the constants can be of any of the basic data type and can be divided into integer numerals, floating point numerals, characters, strings, and the boolean values. And also we have like the constant data type, we have the C++ variable type also. So the variable provides us with the named storage that our programs can manipulate. The name of the variable can be composed of letters, digits, and the underscore character. It must begin with either a letter or an underscore. Upper and lower case letters are distinct because C++ is case sensitive. So we already learned this thing, like underscore is required to either to start a identifier in case you are not providing a letter, and also all the uppercase and lower cases are case sensitive. So these are the variable types. That means these values may change as the program is running. So we will stop for today. Thank you.